All right, what is going on, guys? It's Raul here. We got some SoCal team championship match play coverage for you. The first round is Gavin Boss HB versus Carsten. I'm not sure his last name right now, but I'll put it in the details. But it's Gavin versus Carsten, who is Oak Grove. And just a little upfront warning, I don't get Carsten's first 5 holes because I actually thought Gavin was playing Steve, so I got Steve's. But at hole 6, I will get Carsten, but I'll fill you in with what he did on the holes. So this was hole 1. Gavin throws it to 15 feet. Carsten's was at 30 feet, and he hit a stepper. So this is Gavin to push hole 1. And it's a little bit cold in the morning, so he just hits the cage there, and he's going to go 1 down after 1. So I think Carsten threw a good forehand shot to the ditch. So Gavin's going to have to throw a good one to push, but it looks like he turns it over a little bit to the left with the forehand. So he's trying to throw in here. Comes up a little bit short. So Carsten's going to make his putt and go 2 up in the first 2 holes. So this one is hole 3. It's right up the middle here, but it's up the hill a little bit. So you want to throw something and slide it up the hill like Gavin did. I believe Carsten's forehand went a little bit left, so he kind of just pitched up for par because he didn't really have a putt. So this putt is to go 1. Only 1 back, but he misses that. And yeah, Gavin is still 2 back going into hole 4. Throws a pretty good shot off to the right, and I believe Carsten just pulled his forehand a little bit left, and he was caught up in the trees, so he pitched up. So here's Gavin to get 1 back and to be only 1 back. About 20 feet or so. It's a nice putt, so now he's going to be 1 back going into hole 5. Just barely clips that branch there, so he's going to come up a little bit short. I think Carsten throws a forehand here, but just ends up right, so he pitched up for his par. So there's going to be Gavin to go back to all square, and hits metal, but barely comes up short. So he's still going to be 1 back to Carsten. This is a really good hole, long tunnel, straight shot with some late fade needed, and Gavin throws a really good shot, gets some skip at the end. So there's Carsten. Sorry, Carsten, for not getting your first 5 holes, but you need to throw a good shot here to match Gavin and push the hole. He does. He gets a crazy skip off the rock that gets him closer to the basket. So Gavin has like 40, maybe 35 feet or so to most likely push the hole because Carsten is relatively close to the basket. And does so. Hits a really nice putt there. Actually, Carsten's not as close as I thought. It's about 20, 25 feet or so. So still needs to hit a good putt. And does so very nicely. So still 1 up on Gavin. This is a short little temp hole. Mando left of that tree, so you have to throw a forehand. I think Carsten just hits an early tree, so Gavin could get another 1 back here with a good sidearm. I think the hole's only 200 feet or so, so it's a little bit touchy, but you just want to throw something stable and get a skip right. And Gavin looks like he did that very nicely and gets a good check skip on the second skip, so he's right by the basket. So Carsten's just running this full force because he knows he has to. And actually a pretty good bid, just goes long, but he knew that Gavin was parked, so he kind of had the freedom to run it as hard as he can. So now they're all square going into this short little tricky hole. It's a double Mando, super late, that's really tight, so a lot of players this weekend are just throwing short and trying to get a putt. Gavin does that nice. Carsten actually clips a branch on the left, so he's going to have a little tricky little upshot here because the basket's still like 30 feet or so from those Mandos, and just kind of leaks the sidearm a little bit and actually crosses the plane. So he tries the putt, but I didn't really get it on camera because he did it fast. So he's going to be tapping in a 5, so Gavin just pitched it up and took another point. So Gavin's 1 up now going into long, normal hole 8. It's like 400 something feet on a pinched line, so a lot of players just throw a pushing hyzer and try to get a putt. Carsten does that pretty well. Gavin pushes the tree line a little bit more and gets under it, so he's going to have a long putt. Carsten's is more of an upshot, and he does that nicely. Gets right up there parked, so Gavin has an opportunity to get another one here and go 2 up. See, this is about 90 feet or so. Almost gets it. Just comes up barely short. So this is just a short little hyzer hole. It's not where it normally is in the 300 feet position. It's probably 250, 270 or so, but you want to throw a big stalling hyzer that gets pretty far left, and yeah, just try to put yourself in the circle. Gavin does so nicely. So Carsten needs to put one in the circle as well. Looks to throw a pretty good shot there. And just goes a little bit long of the basket, so he has these low-hanging limbs in the way. So it looks like he needs to throw a little sidearm because the putt's just not going to get there. And yeah, he hits the limbs. So there's like pretty much nothing from where he was. So he was just trying to jam one in there and see if something crazy can happen. So here's Gavin to go 2 up, which would be huge for him in this match right now. And just barely leaks it a little bit left. Carsten hits a nice little cleanup putt, and Gavin taps in. So he's still going to be only 1 up going into their hole 11. And they're only playing 12-hole matches, by the way. I don't think I said that earlier. Carsten throws a big thumber that looked pretty good, but I couldn't tell where it was relative to the basket. So Gavin's just throwing a hyzer skip shot, which is what most people are doing. Looks to get a pretty good skip, but comes up a little bit short here, surprisingly. I guess it plays a little bit further than you would think. So he's got to hit this. Carsten is like 20 long, so likely going to hit that and just misses it left. So this is Carsten to go all square into the final hole. So this is a big putt. And boom, gets it. So all square going into the final hole. We got about 200 feet. You could throw a forehand, backhand turnover, backhand hyzer, but Gavin's going with the flippy mid here. Turns it over a little bit too much, so it's going to kind of drag in the dirt there and come up a little bit short, but he's going to be inside the circle. And Carsten, I believe, just releases his forehand a little bit early, a little bit high, so it comes up short. It's kind of throw in or long jump putt territory. And yeah, just comes up a little bit short. It's a long putt. So here's Gavin for the win on the very last hole, about 25, 26 feet. Can he do it to get HB the full point opposed to a half point? Yep, and he gets super hyped there. Congrats, Gavin, on the win. First match, first win of the day. Some good sportsmanship there, shaking hands. But yeah, Gavin beats Carsten Huntington over Oak Grove in the first round. Sorry, I couldn't get the audio for the rest of this match as well as the rest of the match play matches I'm going to be putting out. But regardless, I know you guys are going to want to see them, so I'm just going to keep putting them out without the audio, but doing a voiceover over them. So thanks for watching, guys. We will see you in the next one.